Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Spiritual Dowsty. I'm Dowsty LeMay. Thanks for stopping by and spend some time with me wherever you are in the world. I really appreciate it. Hope that these videos help you. You know, the fact that you're taking time out of your day to watch these, I hope that they're helpful. I hope they're beneficial and that they're used for your highest good as you go along on your spiritual journey. So today I just want to talk about the world that we are dealing with today and how our perspective, the things that we're holding on to, we are seeing a very major contrast of those perspectives based on what we're holding on to out in the external world. It feels like our reality is being pushed to its extremes so much that your perspective is being catalyzed by such an extreme contrast that you have no other choice but to look inward or to continue this crazy insanity that feels more intense as you go along. So before I go any further, understand that these are my truths, these are my experiences that have guided me down my own spiritual path. They don't have to be yours, so use your own discernment. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Just keep an open mind. So like I said, I myself have been holding on perspectives and I've been noticing different things in the reality of how that perspective gets portrayed or projected into my reality to show me what I'm holding on to. The difference of what I've been noticing is that in my reality, the extreme sense of what my reality is projecting back to me is in such a contrast to what I'm holding on to that it almost forces you to say, this seems insane. It almost feels like two different worlds, right? How could one hold such a vast different perspective of what I'm holding on to when it's out in the world, it's showing me that, and it's causing me to look inside and say, is this something that I want to continue to deal with? Is this something I want to put my intention into? Is this something that I need to put my intention into? So for example, right, let's just take the figurehead of our president. Our president right now is the great figurehead for all of us to bounce our internal, I would say, world against, right? For some group of people, he's one of the greatest things that's ever happened. For another group of people, he is the worst thing that's ever happened to people, to this country. Yet within that perspective, a whole swath of people, they are holding on to an identity. That identity is being portrayed out. And whether you be one version or the other, it's being met with a high level of contrast to make you feel like you are almost completely separate or feeling like you are against the insanity of someone else. Okay? So if I say I'm a supporter of the said president right here, what I would get back, and based on what I would put out, would be a vehemently rejection of my beliefs, right? Because I have put my intention into something and believe that something is good and something is bad, the reality of my world is being contrasted by vehement rejection by another group of people, right? There is duality that's happening. There is a major range of polarity that's coming. There doesn't seem to be something in between anymore. It seems like it's very much one-sided on one extreme and one on the other extreme, right? Much like for those who do not like do not like the president as a figurehead, what they're seeing is such a deep, deep contrast to who or what they believe in that's being portrayed or projected in the reality through the figurehead that is our president. And because of that, people are literally cannot hold on to their own, I would say the inner stuff, their inner things that they have been running away from is literally being projected out. And it's being projected out as anger, frustration, whatever it is, out onto certain thing, an scapegoat, if you will. In this case, it could be the president, the figurehead that is the president. And through that scapegoating expression, you are then seeing the inner pain, inner traumas of yourself that are coming out. The problem is that not a lot of people are taking that opportunity where one gets triggered, in a sense, emotionally, mentally, energetically triggered, to see why one is being triggered so deeply. Why have you put in such a intention, in a belief, into such the contrast of that is good and bad, right? Why are you putting in such a belief into the identity that this person represents something to you, and then what you're getting back in your reality is a major extreme contrast to help you confirm what you're believing in, or to help you be catalyzed to look inward to say, is this serving you anymore, right? And this is not just playing out politically. What I'm seeing this happening is this is playing out in all realms of our reality, whether it be something with the healthcare, whether it be something with finance or something, whatever it may be. What you're seeing are people literally being triggered and then basically vomiting all their internal energetics out into the social world. So another contrast where this is playing out is people with regards to this virus, right? People who aren't staying home compared to someone else who is staying home. And then what you're seeing is a major contrast and dissonance between them mentally, energetically, compared to what they're seeing in the reality. So the question I ask you is, why is it in your reality you're being so triggered by it? Why are you letting someone else's reality, or what their free will to do in their own reality, affect your reality so much? Okay? Why are you letting someone dictate how you feel, how you act, how you are being in your world? That's something I would be truly interested to understand about yourself, right? How come you're letting this person pull all this energetic stuff out of you where you are vehemently rejecting every single aspect of what that person represents, and yet you don't look at yourself and say, why is this happening? Why am I letting this person dictate how I feel? Why are you putting your business in your, I would say, why is it any of your business at what this other person does? Why are you letting this other person affect how you feel throughout your day when you have no control over what that person does? So in our reality today, we are seeing a lot of people do different things. And in those different things, depending on where you put your intention, where you put your beliefs, that contrast is being shown in your reality by someone acting out, doing, or stating something that is in complete contrast to what you believe in. And because of the things you're holding on to, you are just being triggered emotionally by these things. There is no more in between. I have sensed this. There is no more in between in terms of the degrees of contrast. It feels like it's one and then black and white almost on the other side. Like it's such an extreme contrast. So if you are one of these people who are going about and having an emotional trigger, an energetic trigger based on someone posting something on Facebook, based on how someone is acting, based on the things that they're doing within their own power and their own will, the question you need to start asking yourself is, why is it any of your business, and why are you being fully triggered by someone else's actions, which really you can't control, but it's based on you? Do you feel like a victim? Do you feel like there is good and bad? There's justice that needs to be held, right? Where in you are you holding on to the polarity and the duality that there is good and bad? Where in you do you feel hurt and victimized, and you feel like you need to have some sort of justice out there, right? My guess is if you're being fully triggered by something that's happening out there, maybe let's take the president as a figurehead for your scapegoat for your projection of energetic trauma as based on it. My bet is that you are holding on to something that has happened to you, that you've held on, and the president is a great mirror for you to see that, right? I talk about the mirror in one of my earliest videos, right? The mirror is based on the law of attraction. You are going to manifest things based on the things you're holding on to, right? You are going to match energetically and physically experiences that are designed to match the frequency that you're holding on to. The mirror effect is that you see what you see in your reality is but a mirror for the things that you're holding on to. What you experience emotionally, energetically, mentally, physically from your experience is showing you something about yourself. So if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling really pissed off about the injustice that someone says, or the idiot, or that the guy is an idiot, or he says something that is completely ludicrous, and you're angry and dumbfounded and just completely emotionally bought into it, the likelihood is that you have something within you that is causing this reality, causing this trigger within your reality. And I implore you, given the time that we are starting to see major contrasts in energy, that you take the time to look at why that is being so deeply profound in your reality. Take the time to ease some of that emotional charge so that you don't have these major contrasts occurring in your world, that you don't have such a deep root in good and a deep root in bad, that you don't have such a deep root in justice, in victimhood and powerless and etc. Because what I believe is that the energy will continue to pick up. Your reality is going to project even further contrast, things to make you feel like there is insanity and that there are two different worlds that people are living in. Yet it doesn't mean that your truth is the only truth. The fact that one person existing in this moment has one perspective and you have another perspective allows me to tell you that there is two truths occurring at the same time. And what you need to figure out is, why is this truth pulling at you emotionally and mentally, physically, energetically? Because somewhere in you, you hold an unbalance. You hold a charge to it that has been caused within your belief system to magnetize this experience for you to get projected and triggered, for you to get catalyzed to look inward. Find the balance, find the peace within you, find the joy within you. Stop letting other things outside of you dictate how you feel. Stop putting your business within other people where they have no business to be in the first place. Whose business is it for you to wonder what that other person does? It's what you are trying to do in your reality. So take the time, more than any, is that you do the work, especially as the energy starts to pick up. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out to me. Send me an email at spiritualdowsy@gmail.com. Subscribe to these videos, leave a comment, or follow me on Facebook or Instagram. I hope that helps you wherever you are in the world. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.